Hello and good evening. Also, good afternoon, good morning, depending on when you're watching this. But here right now, it's evening. We've had lunch slash dinner. It was a late one. And it's pitch black outside because it's pretty late in the evening. And I don't have a lot of time before who reminders goes off. So I'm trying to like get this done quickly so that I'm not interrupted by the reminders. But also I've kind of figured out in terms of like my videos the best way to do them so that I can do some limited editing every now and then if I need to. And it kind of has to do with the program that I use to put things together and stuff like that. So I'm attempting a new technique where I'm going to film in chunks and then I'm going to put them together. And so my usual 20, 30, 40-minute videos, I'm going to do them in chunks of 9 minutes. So if I keep an eye on the timer, that is why. And we shall see how it goes. And yeah, and hopefully it works out. So wish me luck. Today's going to be a quick one because I don't have a lot to like new or whatever it is to talk about. And I have been sick for the last week and we haven't left the house in almost 2 weeks, except for just running to the shops to get groceries. So the whole perfume wearing thing, makeup thing, and getting ready thing has been very much on the low-key side. So I thought what I would do, and it was something that I was standing in front of my perfumes thinking, well, what am I going to do this week and what am I going to wear? And if I'm going to wear anything at all. We're away for a couple of days because hubby's got a gig, a work thing in the city. So we're going to go and do that. By the time you watch this video, we wouldn't have left yet because it's later in the week. And anyway, so we're doing the thing. And I thought, I'm going to have to bring a perfume with me or two to decide what I'm going to wear. And I thought, you know what? I had my Jalu perfumes sitting in front of me. And Jalu is an Australian clone house inspired perfumes brand, which is everywhere right now. Everybody's inspired by something, and the whole inspiration perfume market is gigantic. The two really, really huge, or three, I want to say, really huge popular ones that I'm seeing, Australian, are Jalu, Bujairami, the Dupe Spot, and then there's another one called Palermo, which is out of Melbourne. Palermo kind of took a bit of a dip, and I think, like, I hear it's coming back, so that's going to be quite interesting. I don't really have much by them except for one bottle that I managed to get used a while ago, which was their version of Tabac Vanille by Tom Ford. And I think I paid like $20 for it. So, and it's fairly decent. It's probably a little spicier than the original Tobacco Vanille, but I don't hate it. It's got a decent vibe to it, and so I kind of wear it every now and then and rotate through it. And the whole point of me actually doing this series of weekly perfume adventures is so that I use what I have. And this keeps me accountable, and I don't want to fall into that situation where, people are just like buying new, and it's like reviewing the next new thing, next hyped thing, next viral thing. And I'm not about that at all, because I am not about jumping on that hype train. and that viral train for a lot of reasons. And I think one of the big ones is that it can start to be ridiculously expensive. And I don't want to get into this cycle of buying, decluttering, buying, decluttering, buying, decluttering. I'm pretty much at the point where I have decluttered most of everything that I don't like or don't want or don't agree with me. I've decluttered most of my, I think all of my Bujarami now. I've decluttered some of my Jalu that I wasn't crazy about, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I've got one more round, I think, that I'm going to do, which I will talk about. I should probably film it before I do anything about it. And I've taken photos. I just need to list them on my preloved site of Middle Eastern perfumes, because for some reason there are some Middle Eastern perfumes that are just not agreeing with me, and it just smells like burnt rubber, or it's just got this like funky wood weird smell that is just not okay for me. And it's not all of them, it's just some of them. And then that dry down is this weird burnt rubber, burnt wood, petroleum smell, and it's just like, that's all I smell, and I can't get past that. So I'm getting rid of a bunch of those. A lot of them, weirdly, believe it or not, have been given to me, or gifted to me. So, you know, by people where they're like, you know, I've picked this one thing up, and they've thrown in a bunch of other stuff because maybe they're trying to, you know, pass it on too. So we'll see what happens. So maybe the next video will be about that. Hopefully I will get around to filming that. But okay, 7 minutes and I haven't even gotten into what I'm planning on wearing this week. So I better get started on that. Right. Okay. To start, I am going to do this Jalu, which is, I think, in their private collection. It says private blends. Now, since I visited Jalu, which was a good, I think I visited them in February. I have a video of me visiting and just like a very casual, weird little clip of that I filmed while I was there. And the nice thing about Jalu is that they make their perfumes on the spot while you're there. So you can actually ask Al, who is the owner and perfumer, to say, for example, make you Lost Cherry by Tom Ford, or an inspired version, but say you want some extra chocolate in it or some extra cherry in it and make it more cherry. You can tell him to do a special customized blend for you, which I actually think is really nice and really fun. And you know, when you go there, it's kind of a whole experience because it's like in this tiny little hole in the wall. It's at the back of his dad's grocery store. It's very raw, and you know, his part of the shop is on top of the cheese counter, and he'll be mixing perfume, and then this little old lady will come in, and then, you know, she's pointing at the cheese, and he has to stop what he's doing and like hand her the cheese that she wants to buy. And it's just this whole vibe, which is a lot of fun. Okay, a lot of fun. And you know, there's a line out the door, a line in there, everybody's sniffing things, chatting, and you know, just enjoying the company while Al is mixing up what you want, you know, from him, and it's this whole experience. So if you do get to Sydney and you get a chance to visit, I would highly recommend it. Even if you don't buy anything, just go and enjoy the vibe and enjoy the experience, because it is a lot of fun. And I did enjoy myself a great deal while I was there. So one thing I did get, now that I've gone on and on, is this, which is the Jalu oud version of Maison Crivelli's Oud Maracuja. I've actually made a kind of a dent into it because this is actually really gorgeous. It's getting quite oudy actually. Oh wow, and it's kind of spilled a little bit. So it needs a bit of a wipe. There's a lot. These are extrait versions, so they are quite, actually not quite, very, very strong. And I do have the original of the Maison Crivelli. Like you can see the color of the juice there. Of the Maison Crivelli Oud Maracuja, and I love it. It's beautiful. This one is very intense in comparison, but close enough, like close enough that it's not so different that if you didn't know, you wouldn't be able to tell, and you have to really pay attention if you compare the two. So this is fun. I do really love it. I think of all the Jalu that I had and still have, and I don't have that many left, this is really, really nice, and I do enjoy it. So I'm going to wear I think I will bring this along with me, assuming, depending on what bag I pack, because I'm only there for one night. I might bring this along, but I also kind of want to bring along my Replica by the fireplace, because that's one of my all-time sort of spicy, sweet, cool weather scents. And the weather says it's going to basically be really cold, like 12 degrees and raining the whole time we're there. So there is that. And then I have these two. Now, when I was there, Al had a inventory bottle shortage. So he was using these in-between bottles that weren't very cute. But as you can see, you know, I've made kind of a dent into this one too. And this is Replica's Beach Walk, which is one of my favorite Replica scents. It's a summer scent. It's sort of fresh, a little bit sunscreeny. It's got coconut in it, but it's just a wonderful, fresh summer boardwalk by the beach kind of scent. And it's exactly what it smells like, what it's called, beach walk. And it is really, really lovely. It's very close to the original. I have to say I'm very, very impressed by that. And look at that shine. You can see how much oil there is, you know, in terms of, it's like 30% perfume oil. So, you know, there's a lot of oil in it. And it is really, really, really pretty. And close, very, very close to the original. You'd be hard-pressed if you're not very familiar with it to be able to tell the difference. And then the other one, which has an even larger dent in it, because it is Bal d'Afrique, which Byredo, by Byredo, and it's one of my all-time favorite summer scents. And I obsess over this scent. I wear this pretty much most of the summertime. And part of the reason why I love this one so much is also because it has a lot of sensory memories for me, because the hotel that we always stay in when we travel, if we can, assuming that that hotel is in the city that we're staying in, has the Byredo Bal d'Afrique scent in all of its toiletries. Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, hand wash, and body lotion. And it is just so bougie and so expensive. I mean, a regular bottle of this is like $400, which is way out of my price range. And so when I visited, I kind of wanted I asked Al to basically make me things that I love and that I knew that I would wear. But I also knew that I wouldn't spend the money to buy the original, because I'm just not going to spend $400 on a bottle of perfume. It's just a little bit on the ridiculous side. But this, oh, I just love that fresh vetiver, bergamot, lemon, and the way it's blended. It's a little bit earthy, but it's still fresh. It's a little bit green, but it's got some citrus going through it, and it's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. So I adore it, and it's really, really, really close to the original, and close enough that it doesn't matter. And the difference, because you look at the amount of shine there, the amount of oil that's in this, it lasts a really, really long time in comparison to the original, which smells amazing, but lasts of like 30 seconds on my skin and then it's gone. And I don't know what it is about the Byredo scents, but they're all like that for me. So I do love the fact that this has lasting power. And because I'm so obsessed with this scent, I actually have this scent in a lot of different inspired versions. But I did recently let go of the dupe spot version of it because I didn't think it was that great compared to some others that I have. And finally, the recap from last week, which wasn't much because it was Jo Malone Ginger Biscuit, and we all know I love that, and I've been, wearing that a lot. What else was there? There was something else that I keep just not remembering. I don't know. I need to check. My memory is... And anyway, the other thing that I was obsessing about last week and wearing a lot of was my combo of French coffee and Oakcha, that girl, with a teeny splash of Tabac in it. And I have used it once or twice, but I've not used it a lot because there's still a fair chunk of that in here. And that's mostly because I topped it up. Because it was down to like there, and I topped it back up. So I've got plenty. So I might take this with me and keep this in my purse. And then I might take I'm not going to take the Jalu Beach Walk or the Jalu Bal d'Afrique with me because those are both summer scents. And it's going to be cold. It's going to be windy. It's going to be rainy. It's just not going to be suitable. And also, I should point out that they don't come in these boxes. Okay, I made these boxes myself from other boxes that I have, and I just kind of wrapped it in really pretty duct tape because I really do not like my perfumes to not have a box or to not be in a box. And these, what did I do? Did I have to? No, this was just a box, and I was able to just repurpose the box. So that's why they have these funky designs on them, which I quite like. They're kind of cute. So whereas this comes in a box, and I think that the Jalu actually is back to its original packaging, which is like a round bottle, gold lettering, and I think it's black, white, or clear with a cap, and it's actually really elegant, really pretty. But I don't have anything like that, and I'm like, really focused on using what I have and not buying more stuff all the time. So I don't have anything in the new packaging. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at for this week. I don't have a lot in terms of like updates and things like that. While we're in the city, normally what I do is I wander around because hubby has like a 4 or 5 hour gig that he does. And during that time, it's usually sort of early, like mid-morning through past lunch. I usually either catch up with a friend or I go wander around the city and look at all the shops that we don't have access to here because we live in a tiny little town, and we have a Target, a Kmart. No, we don't even have Kmart. We have a Target, we have a Big W, and then we have Aldi, Woolies, Kohl's, and IGA, and that's pretty much it. In terms of like shops because we live in a really tiny little town. So being in the city and being in like right in the middle of CBD gives me the opportunity to go visit a lot of places that I don't normally have access to, and that I can go and just look at things, touch things, smell things, and play with things. So I will go and do that. Also, they have a 3-story Mecca in the city, and the whole 3rd floor or top floor is just all perfume. They have an entire floor just dedicated to perfume. So I usually go and spend a fair chunk of time there, you know, just sniffing things. So that's kind of my plan while we are away. You know, we're only away for one night, but it's still fun. And then we're catching up with my parents, and we're gonna go somewhere local and have some early dinner. It'll be by probably around about 5 in the evening, so we'll have an early dinner, and then it's a 2-hour drive home. So then we'll drive home, and that's kind of it. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Do all the YouTubey things, like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate you. And oh yeah, let me know what you think of this lighting, because hubby's given me one of his new lights for me to try, because I was complaining about the lighting, and the last weekly perfume adventure video, the lighting was just terrible. Was it the last one? The one before? One of the recent ones was just terrible. So I'm hoping this is a lot better, especially when I film in the nighttime, which I tend to do because I try to be as current as I can with these, and I don't really film them in advance, because once this is done, I'm going to download it, because it's on my phone. I'll download it to my computer, and then I'll put it together and upload it and have it scheduled to go live, you know, first thing tomorrow morning, and it's ready to go. So it's not like I have, you know, I'm not doing any filming in advance with these ones. The Thursday videos are a little bit different. The Thursday videos tend to be a little bit more filmed in advance, because it just gives me a little bit of playtime, and I still then have 2 videos a week. So Thursday videos are all usually kind of done in advance, and then the Monday videos are pretty much right on the ball at the very last minute. So if I ever miss a Monday video, chances are it probably means that something has happened, or I've been busy or away or whatever it is, and I haven't actually had a chance to just film and upload and, you know, have it done. So I said goodbye about 4 minutes ago, and I think 3 minutes ago, and then I kept talking. So that's just me. But thank you very much. I will see you next time. If you made it this far and actually listened to all that rambling that was really kind of off to it on a tangent, leave a car emoji for my trip coming up. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.